life is dumb, head on down to the bend of Timmy's Fun Club. If you feel sad, 'cause your life is dumb, head on down to the bend of Timmy's Fun Club. If you're feeling bad, 'cause your life is dumb, head on down to the bend of Timmy's Fun Club. If you feel sad, 'cause your life is dumb, head on down to the bend of Timmy's Fun Club. If you're feeling bad, 'cause your life is dumb, head on down to the bend of
It's morning in Taiwan, 5:40 a.m. in the morning. Getting started a little later because the first 7-Eleven I went to didn't have this. Ooh, did you hear that? That's smooth. Hang on. Ooh. Ooh, here we go. That's good. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's tangy and tart, almost like a sweet tart. Kyoho grape flavor. I don't know if I pronounced that right. My pronunciation of Asian names gives me quite a bit of anxiety living in Taiwan because I find myself having to pronounce a lot of them. On top of that, when you work at an international school and saying names that aren't familiar to you is part of your job. Yeah, makes me pretty uncomfortable. Lots of anxiety. Cheers. Nothing like a little energy drink to kickstart the anxiety. Well, let me do something here. There we go. And let me do something here. Actually, we'll put it right up there. Take a look over here. Blammo. Blammo. Just like that, we got Hearthstone. Now I know what you're thinking. Hearthstone? Isn't that old game that's over 10 years old that nobody plays and said is stupid? And yeah, some people say that if you read Reddit. If you read Reddit. But we're going to that's about there. But we're going to play a couple different Hearthstone decks today. I heard that Mill is back on the menu, boys. Is the exact quote that I heard. So, okay, I thought. Because, Mill Rogue was a real piece of trash when that was out there. And Mill Druid, while not as strong as Mill Rogue, was also arguably a piece of trash. But can Mill Warlock be fun and less of a piece of trash? It's possible. Let's find out. I know next to nothing about this deck, so we're just going to find out. Usually I like to homebrew, but these days there's less time and less brew. About the same amount of home, but a lot less brew and a lot less time. Wow. If only there was a way to kill that right now. So one less for each card you have in hand. So in theory, we could flip tables next turn. Okay, he's just doing it for stupid drinks. Alright, this is actually much better. If we do this, and then we do this. I don't mind leaving those. What's that? A Rotheart Dryad. Draw a minion that costs 7 or more. Is it a bad sign that I don't know what minions are in my deck? Excuse me. I'm not making those noises. The plastic of my sandwich is making those noises. Here we go. Nothing better than Asian 7-Eleven sandwich in the morning. Or anytime, really. Ah, the Exodar. That's 7 or more. Found one.
Go on, take a bite.
Well, so far, not much is happening. Not much mill, not much thrill. We are drawing some cards, and that's pretty helpful for a mill build. I assume the ones that I should really be getting reborn are the shard taunt things that give me armor. Maybe it's the card draw things. I think I'm okay with this though. Just to kind of slow down whatever's going on over here. Because we could do some wild things next turn if that still lives. Sleep, little babies. Oh no, he's not gonna let that live. Are you kidding? Might be a bronze player, but he still knows.
possibilities.
We're almost ready to mill.
I never make two trips. Nothing gets past my house.
Frozen in fear.
All right. Oh, we got one. Voice has been, throat has been so dry in the morning these days. Look at this guy frantically trying to create some taunts.
Eyes on the horizon. Eyes on the horizon.
Jeez. I have two. I guess we'll get copies, right? Not super sure that that was the right move. Which makes me self-conscious because no one that's ever played Hearthstone has ever been unsure about whether it's been the right move. What's that guy doing here? It's 2025. The year of our dragon. What's the year? Is it the dragon? Well, we don't have the amalgam. But I only have 3 cards left in my deck. Discover 2 copies. There's the amalgam. So if we go here and here, died this turn. This turn. Okay. This turn. Yikes. I've been playing this all wrong. I've been playing this all wrong. And then I didn't kill his one thing. You know what? Let's try this again. This is how we learn. By embarrassing ourselves. You serve well. Well, you have a tiny appendage. Yeah, let's... Okay, let's check this out one more time. So what this means... This is the mill part. Gain the death rattles of your minions that died this turn. So in order to get this online, we would want to kill an amalgam, a prize vendor, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Just an amalgam and a prize vendor. Because the amalgam would shuffle it back in, and the prize vendor would draw a card. Is that how it's going to work? So the other thing, shuffle this, it keeps any enchantments. So when it dies, now do I have to order these? Or does it just do everything at once? Because this is gain the death rattles of your minions that died. And this would be it keeps any enchantments. So if I do the amalgam and the thorns correctly, the next time it dies, it should duplicate those, and it should scale. Right? Let's find out.
Together we defend the dream.
Your soul shall be mine.
So then it's really about... do I have 2 of these in the deck or just 1? I probably should have looked at all this stuff before we started.
Hello down there. My petal and sword.
Kaiki! Oh wait, Kai. It was almost Australian. Kaiki. I know it's been a while since I played Warlock, but let's just tap and draw a card. Alright, look at this. Look at this. Alright, we got some pieces. Oh. I said pieces, and now I thought about Reese's Pieces. That is just a clear symptom of being a fatty. But come on. Reese's Pieces are great. There's a reason why they made it into E.T. So
Petal and sword.
basically, if you can get like any of these death rattles to go off on the turn that was on the turn, so if you have them out there, okay, so if we play the amalgam, I think we're safe, because even if it dies, it goes back into the deck. But just trying to think about how we want to structure our next turn. And now we don't have anything to trade into, but that's probably okay. Paladins do run that 4-attack weapon, so maybe don't trot out Brittle Bone Buccaneer because his bones are brittle. Maybe we just tempo this and just wait a little. Wait. Yeah, check out my pirate. See what he does. Hover over my pirate. Okay. The battle cries gain the death rattles of minions that died. I need the beautiful mind meme. Thing is if I play a Sleepy Resident, it's just going to die. But maybe this is honestly this is taking some thought since I did not construct the deck. Learning how to play the deck could take some time. How is he up to 6 cost dragons already? Good thing not all the 6 cost dragons are good. Alright, so what I can do is this. All other minions. So now we're getting like lots of deathy R's. And now we're getting this battle cry with the deathies. But then does it also give it reborn? It does not. It does not. And now he's got a chance to silence it or sabotage it. Kaiki.
Follow the flutter wings.
Better eat this sandwich. Okay. Some things are happening.
Eyes on the horizon. My hand is full.
Go forth on swift wings.
Oh, scary. So what would be nice is to get an armor death rattle off of, like to have an armor death rattle die that turn. So you have a draw card, armor death rattle, and shuffle back into your deck. So you never run out of cards. Never get milled out yourself. And then you never drop health because you got so much armor. Then you're also milling out your opponent. Right? Is that the strategy? All right, shuffling in more portals to get burned. And actually, this is one deck that... okay. So there he is. Now that puts them all to sleep this turn, unfortunately. They'll be awake next turn, which... not great. Not great.
And to Falator!
Oh. Okay, so this has retained the death rattles from before.
Hangs in the balance.
Uh-oh. He's talking Fate of the World stuff. I was thinking the table flip hit all the minions, and once again, layers and layers of naivete, clearly. Because I could have used a drain soul instead. It would have been so easy. How long do they fall asleep? Probably just for my turn, right? That's kind of silly. All right, he's going to kill that. So we both drew a card, but that was it. We both drew a card, but that was it. so unsure of what I'm doing here.
My hand is full.
Like, I'm actually really unsure of what I'm doing here. Like what I'm getting, what's actually happening. Now I take a lot of damage. A dangerously lethal amount of damage. Dangerously possible lethal amount of damage. Don't understand how this deck works. He just equality'd his big turtle. Alright, he's got one card left in the deck, but he can make infinite amount of portals. Oh no. That's bad for us. Hanging by a thread. Hanging by a thread. Alright, well. This is probably always happening, right? And then this is probably always happening. No. Okay, okay. And you farted. That's all I can hear. And you farted. Is he dead? Is he dead? Have we killed him? Have we killed him? Is he dead? No. Not even close. And they said it was a mill deck, but more like a bad deck for dum-dums. Okay, second game went better than the first, and there's reason to believe. Whoa. That is a very hot computer. Whoopsie daisy. I'm afraid for my computer basically almost every day. I push it to its limits almost every day. You know what? I want to tinker with this a little bit. I want to get rid of this sleepy resident. I don't think minions falling asleep on my turn is great if they're not going to fall asleep on his turn. The freeze one, that one I can get because you're freezing 3 and then you might be able to stack that and get more. And like continually be able to freeze, but
Go on, take a bite.
all right, so just thinking this through. Ways that we can make this a bit more efficient. Dig further into the deck. I think this deck might have been constructed too before the nerfs. I'm drawing the Exodar, that's pretty cool. I don't know what's going to happen to me with this rogue. Also, Cursed Campaign feels slow. It feels slower than this deck really needs. Like summoning 2 copies of a Death Rattle minion that are dormant for 2 turns. The 2 copies part is great. The 3 mana is cheap. But it's the dormant part that I'm struggling with. And maybe what you do is you give that to something like the Amalgam. Maybe you put this on something that you want to get the death rattles from later. Summon copies that are dormant. So they're full copies. They're not just like reborn things.
Eyes on the horizon.
I'm gonna keep thinking this through because, like, I'm sure there are some tricks to this that I haven't thought about or I haven't figured out because I did not construct the deck. I didn't plan for this deck. But it's got some potential. It seems fun, and everybody that's played it talks about having a high win rate. Of course, you need to be, I don't know, a good player for that. We'll see. Whoa. You've got a weapon. You could put your weapon into my 1/4 and then use your photon cannon to kill it. Bro. Now I'm going to feel bad if I win this game because I'm clearly playing against an idiot. Problem is, so now I can't make him. Now I can't make him. Pardon me. Now I can't make him pay for his ignorance. It gives it a death rattle. It gives it the death rattle. So I could put that on my arch druid. No, it's a battle cry. But if that death rattle died, if that death rattle is still out on the board, that's something that I could get. That's something that I could get from this. That's only this turn, right? That's only this turn. I really want to experiment. I'm so bad at this deck. I'm so bad at this deck. I'm gonna let this awful player win. I mean, we might not have to let him win. Ooh. Well, looks like we're not gonna get that death rattle. It's this turn. It's not like your opponent's turn. It's this turn. We have to get the death rattle to happen this turn. I feel like a new player. I haven't asked all these questions. having to figure this out. I'm moderately intelligent. I should be able to figure this out. Whenever you play, I hate continually shuffling amalgams into the deck. It definitely slows things down. All right, I'm about to try this experiment. Yep, it didn't gain anything. Here's what I want to do. Okay, so it's definitely on my turn that it happens. So these need to die on my turn. So this might just be for me. There may be other people that could take this to legend without any problem. But I don't really like the Sleepy Residents. I don't mind this one. But still, this costs 3 to do. And if you're trying to just like string these out, like that's not great. So the summoner, it triggers twice. You play it and destroy it. So you could do this, you could play the little ones, and then you could play the Archdruid, because the battle cry is it gains that death rattle. But you have to play a death rattle minion. So the battle cry, it would gain it, but it's not a death rattle minion. Okay. We got to work all of these things out. I think we have to plan out our turns a little better, but I'm definitely going to get rid of that one. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Do they still have that taunt? That lifesteal taunt that deals 1 damage to all minions? I don't see it anymore. Wait, did that cost 2? Or did it cost 3? There it is. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Okay, that's not great though, because I'm not gaining the lifesteal. And it also costs 3. I think a plated beetle is good. So, I mean, okay, Exodar, you can get cheap pieces of the taunts, and with, you have different ways to continue to make these tanks, but it is a little bit more expensive now. I wonder if just throwing in a plated beetle would be good. Because I'm thinking plated beetle, draw a card, amalgam. That's the real core of what you want, and you can kill this fairly easily, right? Surprised this isn't in here. Gain death rattles of your minions, so I wouldn't gain a location death rattle. Next death rattle minion costs 3 less. So we only have one of the amalgams and one of the archdruids. That's reasonable. I don't think we want to get too cute with discovering. I'm kind of interested in this, but it doesn't really help my strategy. We definitely need a couple beetles, though. For sure, the beetles go in. Like, that's just a no-brainer. I can always use more armor and cheap minions. And I don't mind tempoing out one beetle. Think this could ever be a thing? Rush damages minions next to whomever this attacks. Ooh, or the Octosari. That's gonna hurt me as much as my opponent, I think. Yeah, that's not both of us, that's just me. No, that's silly. The safe pilot is kind of intriguing, but 6 is a little expensive. I mean, it's nice to be able to deal 2 damage to all enemies, but that's a little expensive. Hellfire. Hellfire. Why is that not in here? Did I get a... Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Hellfire could be a key to this. I mean, granted, it does 3, but if you've got the beetle out, you're breaking even. Soul searching is limited because of how few minions that I have early on. Eternal Layover just kind of feels expensive, and like I get the point because you're destroying it, so that could be good for death rattles, but I don't have any reductions here that can make me just like spit a bunch of stuff out. I think with the Exodar, that's worth keeping this package in, but I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant about it, to be honest. It's like it's gotten more expensive. This almost needs to be a little bit more low to the ground for this strategy now. You don't want to hang around a game for too long. I think this runs out of gas fairly fast. I mean, table flip is intriguing because it does reduce its cost. Maybe we cut one soul searching and we add another hellfire. I don't know, let's just try this and tinker with it. This might be all silly because somebody's already done the work of this, but we're gonna discover it ourselves. Okay, Hunter. Scary. Let's keep the amalgam. That's the only minion that costs that much. So maybe I should cut that little that 1/1 death rattle. Even though it's nice to have early drops, it's not nice to play an early drop that does nothing. That is a feels bad. Get these zergs out of my face. Now suddenly I feel dumb for cutting a soul searching, because look how fast that happened. Okay. Taking 1,000,000 damage. No armor in sight. Probably gonna be dead anyway. I might want to add 2 copies of that one guy. If this is truly a mill deck, I might want to add 2 copies of that one guy. Oh, they're getting too big. Those hounds are too big. Alright, I think I'm going to add another copy of the one guy. Only one of the amalgam, though. I don't need a bunch of amalgams shuffling. And amalgams only cost 1. I just, you know what? I just hate this. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. That Exodar just sits in my hand and does nothing. And these, you know, like if you get them out by, even if you're lucky and you coin them out by turn 4, and if you're really, really lucky and you get one of these brittle bones out and they can't kill it, and you coin this and put this out turn 4, that's about the best case scenario. Like, this is too slow for this. We're definitely cutting this. Man, I don't know about the Exodar. I think this should be a bit more low to the ground. I think this should have a bit more removal, a bit more low to the ground. You get your combo pieces together. Maybe I'm just too much of a combo player. You get your combo pieces together and you start milling. I'm putting him in again. Worst case scenario, you get a couple decent battle cries out of him. I'm putting another one of those in. That might be stupid. You know what? I'm cutting this. I'm cutting it. I don't care. I'm gonna try something different. Let's try something different. What can I get from Death Knight? Not much. We can add another one of these, I guess. But I only am going to have so many minions to work with. The Solarium, they changed it. Draw 3 cards that are temporary. Well, that might be a little foolish. Tradable, but it's temporary. Destroy a minion. Okay. Can't be distracted by cards that seem really good, that may not fit into this build. But this is destroy a minion. I could do this to my minions. I could do this to their minions. It's tradable. Those are all things that kind of get me interested. Maybe I'm just making everything much worse. Maybe I'm just making everything much worse, but Jiraxis. Wheel of Death is still a thing. Wheel of Death is still a thing. But that would be stupid, right? I mean, that seems kind of silly. If the point of this is to prize vendor, beetle, amalgam. Don't get stupid. Don't get stupid. No. We don't need that. Any early stuff that we could do? Warlock doesn't have an imbued hero power, right? It's one of the classes that didn't get one. Yeah. Oh, I'm almost want to put in a Thalnos, but what I really need is just, I think one copy of Deadline's enough. It's missing something. I can't quite tell what it is. It's missing something. I don't know if this is what I need, but I'm going to do the Dark Gift. The Dark Gift Legendary. I don't know if this is it, but let's just keep messing around with it. I want to make this good. I've heard Mill is very good, and maybe I'm just doing it all wrong. But I've heard this is good, so.
Gul'dan versus Celeste. Let us celebrate a new beginning.
Your souls shall be mine.
Easy mulligan. So if you put a cursed campaign on a minion, and then you kill it, you get its death rattle plus the death rattle you put on it. And then if you played the battle cry, if you played the battle cry that you gain the death rattles, would that also gain, like how many layers down do the death rattles go? Like, I want to know how flexible Cursed Campaign is. So, if I put Cursed Campaign on Plated Beetle, for example, and then the Plated Beetle dies, it would gain 3 armor and then summon 2 copies of this minion that are dormant for 2 turns. But that doesn't keep that, right? Because this is a battle cry. So, Curse Campaign and Archroot of Thorns is probably not an interesting interaction, right? I am, however, going to get more armor based on the off chance that'll give us 2 turns to have more of these little guys on the board. I think maybe we should just be tapping more. Maybe we should be drawing more. So we've got 2 armor buggies. Little bit of a risk here.
Follow the flutter wings.
He's not killing it.
My petal and sword.
So all we just need right now is an amalgam and 2 turns. We could be okay. Destroy to draw 3. That would give us 9. 1 less for each hand. I can still do this though. If I wanted to do that. This makes more sense, I guess. Oh, my deadline. Oh, now I see why no one serious plays that card. Easy come, easy go. That's the way Warlock's always been. So we need an amalgam here. We've got an Archdruid. We need an amalgam. Alright, what the heck is this guy playing? Well, these aren't amalgams. But they will help us die a little bit less fast. This is supremely disappointing. I don't want to run more than one copy of Amalgam. That seems foolish. That just seems foolish. Have I used all my death rattles now? All my death rattle Murlocs? I hope not. That would have been dumb. And that's probably going to die too. And that's my only other armor. Mm-hmm. And just to be clear, that was not this turn. Yep. That was not this turn. I did have one more. Okay, I did have one more. That is exactly where we've been this entire hour and 20 minutes. Now remember, if we get the Amalgam Death Rattle, it's not just going to shuffle it in the deck, it's going to retain the other Death Rattles. So I don't need to get every Death Rattle right away. If I just get the Amalgam Death Rattle, that's enough to shuffle it into my deck. I don't need to do this all at once. This is maybe the least amount of progress I've ever made on a stream. But, you know. I don't know, that's not a very good dark gift. It's not a very good minion to get. Divine Shield, I guess, is fine. Alright, there's the amalgam. So if we just do this, need to play this and kill this. So if we just do that, but then we do this, now we are shuffling this in, and it's keeping the enchantments, right? Right? How come no one's answering me? Oh yeah, right, because no one's watching. So, because it's not a death rattle, it's not going to get the thingy. The, this thing, Reborn. But it is going to get shuffled back into the deck.
My tooth and claw.
Hold on. Did this shuffle into the deck? Has this been a fool's errand all along? Is this some wild goose chase? Is the promise of Mill not even real? Ten cards in hand. Nice one. Seriously, though. Okay, whatever. I don't like it, but at least I'm not going to get 5 damage to my face. Are we milling yet? Doesn't feel like we're milling yet. I'm just making more amalgams. I don't want these stupid amalgams. They're trash to me. So to be clear, I cannot do the, oh. That was some really bad RNG. We milling yet? Hold on. There is some wisdom I can see to only having one copy of this. Yeah. And okay. What the heck is his name? Spaceship? That's not what we're building. Ship. Exeter. Okay. Maybe we do this again. No, I'm not gonna give in to this. What's that one? What's that one guy? Yeah, Ancient of Yore. That's right, Ancient of Yore. If I put two of these in, the problem is if I put two of these in, you know, you don't know what you're drawing anymore. What I really want to do is just get down, just keep drawing and get down to like the fewest amount of cards in my deck. That's why I don't like the amalgam. I think I need to hold it. I think I shouldn't play that. I think I need to hold that and wait until it's ready to die. All right, Deadline. Let's try. No, I don't want to. I think I learned my lesson about that. All right, we'll put that. We'll put this. We'll put one of these back in. Okay. I don't feel good about this at all. This might be the longest that I've ever gone in Hearthstone without getting a win, let alone on stream. And it's killing my average viewers. I mean, usually I average like one viewer, but now I'm only averaging one. Oh, okay. So it's actually okay. I guess it's not killing my viewers. Can't kill your viewers if you don't have any. I just want to do this once. I mean, I've got maybe 30 minutes if I'm lucky. I just want to do this once. And you are not helping, Ravenhopper. This Blessing of the Dragon looks like a bubble wand. All I ever see when that's there is a bubble wand. Probably should have tapped to draw there, but I know I'm going to play this Ancient next turn. He found his amalgam before I found my amalgam.
Follow the flutter wing.
Leaving the beetle there. Look, we don't need the beetle. I want the beetle. It's part of my plan, but we don't need it. I just want it, that's all. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, looks like I'm in a mill.
Follow the flutter wing.
That's okay if it's not one of the 2 cards that I need to keep. There's one of the cards I need to keep. Yeah, that's probably okay. It's just... Is that a 5,000 IQ play there? Because while it's dormant, you gain 5 armor and draw a card at the end of each turn. But if I summon 2 copies that are dormant for 2 turns, I'm going to be drawing 2 cards and gaining 10 armor. Right? Right? Sure seems like it. No, I gave that thing Wind Fury. I should probably kill that. Oh, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. If I can't win this game, being this smart and this cool and this attractive and this rich and this good at words, I don't deserve to win. Streaming is hard. All these hunks make it look easy, but streaming is hard. Okay. We've got a piece of the puzzle. A piece of the puzzle. Alright, we got the amalgam. We got the archdruid. We're going to have a bunch of armor. So we need a way to draw and we need a way to kill. I've got one way to kill. But that's just one. Yeah, thanks for taking care of my board space. So 4, 6, 7, 9. So we could be really nutty next turn. We could do some really nutty things. 4, 6, 8, 9. So we could kill. We still have the armor out there. So we still have the armor out there. I've got a lot of stuff to contest with. I just need some big targets from him to be able to trade into. And I've got one. I've got an 8/8 so far. Far